Good morning, YouTube. Branding is very important, and a lot of people have screwed up when they decide to change their logos. And April has more because an icon has decided to change it, huh?
That's right. Lamborghini has changed their logo, but I don't know, a lot of people are like, ew, why would they do that? And they're very upset about it. But every car company has changed their logos throughout history. Every single one of them. And they're all becoming kind of more flat, more modern, no more 3D, no bezeling the edges. And
Yeah, maybe some haven't. I mean, Mercedes, they really haven't changed it because it's so basic. Ferrari,
right?
I don't think they really changed their logo all that much. Maybe a little bit,
There
a
are
little
little
variation.
tweaks. There's little tweaks.
But yeah, definitely, doing little tweaks to, your face can end disastrously.
So true.
Or when you do a full facelift and then you look totally different. Like, it can be disastrous, much like logos. So the new Lamborghini logo, what's going on with it?
Right, well, they said, according to Lamborghini, which this is going to be applied to all the cars, it's their brave and unexpected and authentic values is what it's supposed to embody. And it's just kind of a more flattened design. There's no 3D parts to it. They're still using the Lamborghini font on top. They're calling it a broader font.
So they're basically trying to justify spending $10 million on a new logo, which looks like it came from Fiverr, right?
Yeah, exactly. It just kind of looks like someone...
So from what I understand, the old logo looked three-dimensional with the shading. It does look... that's the classic logo that looks the same on my, 68 Lamborghini tractor, more or less. And now they've made it flat. There's no contour to the bull, but everything else looks kind of the same.
There's no contour. I kind of wish, I get they want to write Lamborghini there, but I don't know if they needed Lamborghini. They could have just had the bull. You know how a lot of companies, the bigger they get, the more they take away from their logo, where Nike, it's just the swoosh. Or Apple, it's just an apple. They don't need anything written around it, and it becomes more simplified. The bigger the company, the more simple the logo.
This was pretty safe. And it probably just makes it easier to sell T-shirts and merch and things, honestly, than this textured bull and stuff. So it's going to look better on a hat or a T-shirt and be easier to print. It does look modernized. I'm not offended by this at all. There's been much, much worse. But, of course, the whole gobbledygook of what they're doing with their values and boldness and... no, there was nothing inspiring to me at all.
Well, another thing they wanted to inspire was sustainability and decarbonization. And it's just, there's so much, these huge adjectives that are going into a logo change that looks very similar to the original logo.
Well, you know what it is inspiring? Auto Tempest.
Oh, yes.
Because they combine all the major listing sites into one search, and they're inspiring because they sponsor Good Morning YouTube and this video. So thanks to Auto Tempest for sponsoring this video. So let's say you're searching for a Lamborghini Gallardo and you need to cast a wide net to get the best car for the best deal. Maybe find that mythical gated manual one. You want to use Auto Tempest because it shows it on this site and this site and this site. And rather than having to go to all the sites and input all the data, it spits it out all on one neat site. Auto Tempest. And the price ranges you can see $200,000 plus to under $100,000. Well, not for a gated manual, obviously. So use Auto Tempest like I do every single day. And more importantly, if your friend is starting to shop for a used car, say they're not a big car guy, tell them about Auto Tempest because it is a great way to shop for a used car. It is linked below. So, back to the logos, April. You do have a list of some logo failures?
I have some failures, or perhaps maybe not failures, and then I have in my opinion, the worst logo and the best logo.
As far as the transformation?
As far as transformation over the years.
Okay.
But I wanted to go through some different transformations. I want to get your take on these logos and what you thought. Now, I don't watch WWE at all. Jake, do you watch WWE?
Brother.
No. And just so you guys know, I know you guys talk bad about reality TV, but WWE is totally reality TV. That's just the guys' version of reality TV, okay?
They bleed. They cry. They break bones. It's real.
People cry
it's real.
in reality TV too.
So they revamped their logo.
Right, and it used to be kind of a messy, scribbled logo. And then they went very corporate and this chromed, polished look.
I see, yes. The one on the left looks like it's a wrestler on his 6th or 7th concussion trying to write W. And on the right, it looks like it could be the logo for Wolverine. So I'm not sure I like
Right.
either of them.
So if you had to choose, old school or new school?
I guess I'd go with old school.
I like the old school too. Netflix, of course, everyone knows
Oh.
their old school look. And now it's just iconic with just the red letters. And that's what I'm saying, the bigger you get, the less your logo becomes. You don't
And they
need...
spent who knows how many millions to think that out.
Exactly.
Burger King.
Burger King over the years, it's slowly kind of got a little more simple back in 69.
Yeah.
I like the 69 version.
I like 94 and I like 99. I like the Burger King being the meat in the burger, and that 2015 one doesn't look like it.
Well,
they
they're
probably went
carb-
back, right?
They're carb conscious. So that's why the bread is just
I
really
see.
tiny. And
I think they went back. There's no way that's still the logo, unless I've just completely forgotten. But
when's the last time you had Burger King? Do they have it in Kansas? They do?
Yeah.
Okay, because in Chicago it's not good. It's always cold. So this was interesting. Toyota, they're changing their look, or they changed their look a little bit to more of a 2D minimal look. But I never knew that their logo had all this meaning. Okay, so Toyota says the inner ovals symbolize the heart of the customer and the heart of the company overlapping to represent this mutually beneficial relationship and trust between the two, as well as forming a T in the shape for Toyota. And then the outer oval signifies the world-embracing Toyota.
Right. So it's like a Venn diagram, which when we had to do those in school, where each box and see what these two have in common and that have in common. In the middle, it's the customer's heart, and that's okay.
It's very sweet. Now, GM
That was a terrible redesign.
changed their logo, which, like, that GM logo is a staple in America. But I get the new logo. I get it because it just looks more modern. But I feel like I don't trust it as much, and that's a weird thing to say.
Here, GM, the old logo, is uppercase.
Right.
So you say with emphasis, GM. When it's lowercase, it's GM. You know, it's and it's the M's got a thing under it, not the G, and it's I don't know. It just when you think it in your head, it just doesn't seem.
They wanted to refresh
Powerful.
it, a brighter logo, and their new slogan, everybody in. Now they're like reinventing themselves to ensure zero
Is it everybody
emission.
in or everybody get in?
Everybody in is what it says here. It could mean everyone
Okay.
get in. But they wanted to reinvent themselves to go to the zero emissions, the zero congestion. And GM says the new logo design is to evoke the clean skies of a zero emission future.
Fail.
You do not like it. But
Nope.
imagine like the Instagram or what was it, Facebook or MySpace or those original YouTube logos and how different they looked. And when they changed, we're always like, we don't like change. Nobody likes things to change. And then you get used to it and you're like, yeah, the modern version is
No,
actually
they
better.
could have made the GM logo more macho. They could have made it,
So you're saying
more-
it's girly.
right. Exactly.
So it's all more inclusive.
That looks like it should be on a water bottle, not on a car.
It does.
Okay.
All right, we got Alfa Romeo.
Yeah.
So their iconic cross and serpent logo has been the mainstay for about 114, almost 120 years. In 2015, they freshened up the badge with a sleek new look.
I like this one.
No more gold text, sleeker silver finished, and a reworked cross and serpent.
I like this one. I think it was a very tasteful upgrade. It modernized it without insulting it. I dig it.
Okay, is that snake eating a person? Is that what that
I
is?
don't know. Well,
Or is there like a bird of prey ship flying in a snake's mouth?
I've never thought about it. Yeah, Klingon bird of prey. You're right.
What is that?
Look at April making a Star Trek reference. Okay.
Buick.
Terrible.
Which I didn't notice this. Obviously, I'm not shopping for new Buicks, but in 2022,
Terrible.
they changed their logos, and I don't
Get it out. Get out of my face.
Get it out.
Yeah.
Okay, so my least favorite design, I have to show you, because I didn't get it, because at first I was like, is that really the symbol that they're using? And I actually asked you and Jake, like, hey, is this the male symbol in this? Like, do you get it? And you guys are
Volvo.
like, I've never thought about it. But with Volvo,
Yes. Groovy baby. It's the Austin Powers, necklace or whatever. Shagadelic.
I don't get
Yes.
it because it uses the male symbol. And that's what they're going for. And I'm like, does that mean they don't want women to drive Volvos?
I don't know.
Like that's what it says to me. Like, we don't want you here. You're not welcome. This is only for men. Like, on the outside of a bathroom, you have symbols.
Right.
Which one do you go into? Well, this car has a male symbol, so should I not be able to go into it? I don't know. That's what I'm thinking. Am I overthinking
I don't know
this?
the origin of the Volvo logo, but yeah, that's interesting.
So I was looking it up. It was funny because the Latin word for Volvo means to roll, which is very simple. I
Nice.
get it.
Okay.
Nice job, Volvo. Very cool. So that logo, or the circle with kind of the arrow pointing out of it, is supposed to be some old ancient symbol for iron. I don't know. Is that them digging for an excuse to be like, oh, that's the chemistry equation for iron?
I see. So it's like a hieroglyphic before you would spell out iron.
Right.
Or on the periodic tables when they were talking about the elements. Interesting. Okay.
Okay, so now here is my favorite logo. Throughout the years, they've kept it very clean with minimal changes. And I absolutely love it. And it is Porsche. Now you
Right.
can see the logo just really is the same.
Don't mess with perfection.
They don't mess with perfection. Now, they started in 52. You can see it on the wheel, the Porsche 365. It looks great. I don't know how to pronounce the name. How do you say that?
Stuttgart. That's
So-
where the city that they build them in.
So you'll see Stuttgart written on there. It's always been on there. It's still on there now. That's the city Porsche calls
Thankfully.
home. It's such a great, iconic logo, and they haven't changed it. Like all these
Right.
other companies will do different iterations and changes, and they'll have kind of multiple logos sometimes. And Porsche's just like, we're going to have this. And so the horse in the center is because Stuttgart, this is city, right? Did I say that right?
Yes.
There was the capital back in the day for horse breeding and stud farms. Ooh, which makes Porsche even cooler.
Got one of those in Andover.
And the antlers and the red and black. Me too. It's one major stud here.
No, he's been fixed.
Oh, your value's gonna go way down.
You can't show me anymore because yeah. All right.
And now the crest looks like the hometown of it, and that's their city's crest with the black and red stripes and the antlers. It is just a very, very cool logo. Now, the current one that they changed in 2023, which was the 75th year of Porsche, all they put was a little bit of hexagon design,
Ah, a little texture in the
a
red.
little bit of texture
I
in
see.
there.
Lovely.
But they didn't do much. They didn't change much. It's just, it's an icon, and it's staying that way. And you know what else I love about Porsche is the GT3. They didn't even put the embossed shellac heavier emblem on the front. They did a thin, light painted one because they wanted to save those extra tiny bit of weight.
That ounce, the
That
2 ounces.
ounce is how important it is because they are serious about their cars. Porsche is my winner for logos, and Volvo, no, you need a complete redesign.
I love Porsches. I've ruined many of them. Two of them are in the lean-to right now, ruined. Yes. Well, April, thank you so much for that trip down logo memory lane.
Yes.
God, there's some bad ones. Well, they're screwed anyway. But yes, I'm not offended by the Lamborghini logo at all.
No, you
it's
like
fine.
it?
It's fine.
I'm surprised they didn't do it sooner because this is new, 2024, and all the other car companies, even Audi, and with the rings, they're just black, flat. Everything's flat, black, almost one-dimensional. So Lamborghini's finally catching up with the times.
And I've always been ahead of the times because my Hoovie's Garage logo has been very flat and simple and minimalistic, and it will never need an upgrade, I guess.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, my sister did it. But thank you so much for watching.
We should probably have a logo for this show eventually.
I did those on Fiverr and you hated them.
So bad. Here, show it. It's so bad. You were upset with me that I wasn't so excited about it. And I
You're
was
just
just
immediately
like,
like, no. But you're like, we need a logo right now. And so I got a logo, here it is. And you're like, no. And since then, whatever, we're going on 6 months, we still don't have a logo. Because I don't want to revisit it because I was like, I'm doing all these things and working so hard to get everything going. And then, yeah, it was kind of like, oh, get that out of my face.
Have you seen it, Jake? No. Jake, you'll have to be honest and tell me what you think.
Yeah. All right.
The
logo
Neelix
could
is
be
our logo.
Neelix. Yes.
Yeah.
This. All right, goodbye.